Okay, we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Nice Micro Leauge, and I think my camera is not in sync with my audio, but that's something that happens sometimes. Okay, so today we are going to have two games here, and if I manage to switch my screen here. And first, we will take a look at Nice Micro versus Geresz. Best of 5 on Aztec, Eclipse, 76, Sylphid, and Butter, which is going to be Protoss versus Zerg. The winner goes up against Topirello, who is my first guest tonight. So welcome, Topirello. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. It's nice to get back on the action, and it's going to be a great match. I'm very interested also for personal reasons.
Yeah.
The outcome of this one.
Yeah, so whoever loses will have to play against you, and the winner will have to play against you, and the loser.
The winner?
Yes, the loser will be 11th place. And the other game is going to be Pmate versus Zorro, which is Terran versus Protoss. It's another best of 5. Jade, Aztec, Eclipse, Sylphid, and Butter are the maps. And here the winner will have to play against Hasta La Vista, and the loser will play against Kumbi or Radar, because Kumbi already forfeited, I guess. The loser will become number 7.
I was glad to see that he is still following how the tournament unfolds.
Yes.
We had him in chat yesterday.
Yeah, maybe if Pmate loses, and then he will play the game, because he's only complaining against like other races. Maybe Terran versus Terran would be fine. I don't know. And we have another co-host tonight, who is, I think, just arrived.
Hello, dear viewers.
Yeah, so Katyakin is with us today again after yesterday's matches. So, yeah, let's get into our first game here, which is going to be on Aztec. We've seen quite a few games on it yesterday. So if you watched the stream that time, then you might already be familiar with this map with low ground, main base, high ground expansion. So I want to hear your guesses. What do you think would be the final outcome of this matchup? If you have any guesses.
Well, I let Katya first.
Since you're here, let's just say it's going to be 3-0 to Geresz. He will just crush you. You don't have a chance. Now, honestly, I think this should be an interesting and well well-balanced matchup. That's what I'm hoping for. Of course, that also depends on how much time either one of you took to prepare. But I think overall you should be pretty well matched, and I'm hoping for a long series.
Yeah, actually, I think it's going to be a massacre.
Massacre? Well, which side?
Yeah. For the Protoss, so the Zerg is going to walk over you. That's what I expect.
All right. So if you both loaded up the first replay, then
That is called Aztec. That's the one that you opened, right?
yes.
Yep.
And let's roll the intro and get into the first game. Okay, so bottom left position at 8 o'clock is the blue Zerg, and 12 o'clock is the red Protoss. And I will let my co-hosts take this game because I already know what's going to happen. So let them analyze what's happening.
Zerg Overlord has started to go to it's taking the regular scout pattern, going for the closest natural, but that means unfortunately for him that he will be missing. He will not be first scouting micro, and micro is doing a pylon on the natural, so maybe some fast expanders, and maybe one. It remains to be seen whether it's a gateway or forge. Although pylon scout is usually forge or even nexus start. If he can scout. If he's scouting, for example, 12 hatch, he can just safely go Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, I would be hugely surprised if he started the Nexus. That's a bit too risky against Zerg, I think.
Right, and he won't be scouting Zerg in the first place anyway. So yeah, forge it is for a Protoss player.
Yeah, I mean, Geresz prefers Hydra risk, if I remember correctly, so he probably wants to put down a few cannons to protecting his natural, walling it off.
Mm-hmm.
And so for Geresz, historically speaking, like he started this tournament with a lot of 12 hatch builds, but he stopped doing that after he lost against either Monster Truck or Hasta La Vista.
Geresz has actually gone for a fast gas after Overpool, so his economy will be quite behind, but he can get quick link speed or very quick lair. Whereas Micro is just scouting Geresz. He went for one safety cannon, that's perfectly fine. I suppose Nice Micro we want to expand, and Geresz cannot expand because of the probe. So again, hatchery is delayed, so another setback for Zerg.
Yeah, I like the Protoss' building placement using the forge to protect the cannon.
Scouting probe, taking some hits. Escape! Run for your life! And Zerg has a lot of resources built up. Okay, just now putting down the hatchery. Protoss is first. So the second hatchery has the same timing as the Protoss Nexus. So that's already Zerg is behind economically.
Yeah, and probe
Even though he bought 4 Zerglings, that's not too much.
Yeah, 17 probes versus 13 or 12 drones.
Whereas Micro is only started buying his first gateway, so he cannot exert any kind of force on his opponent.
And Micro is supply blocked, so he cannot. He have pumped out a couple more probes, but we're waiting for the pylon.
Yeah, Pro was looking for a third base, but that did not happen.
Yep. Zerg is on very low eco, so it seems he's going for 2 hatch Hydra that can hit very early, But if it fails, then basically there's nothing for Zorro to do. Oh, it's a lair. So 2 hatchery, Hydrolis then and lair. Okay, interesting. Tapir, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, so obviously then he is going for lurkers, right? That's the point behind the lair. What else?
Yeah, it could be, or it's just, or the Hydra then is just a fake out. I don't know. And it's a mind game, and he's going Spire. But probably, yeah, lurker makes more sense.
He could consider actually dropping the lurkers. I wonder how it would work.
Yeah, so you can. In Aztec, there are a few spots where you can drop over a very short distance.
Yeah. So even with a slow overload, you can do that drop.
Yeah, the main base is quite big.
Check
So.
there are positions where it can be done.
Yeah, but he's making Hydra speed, and Lair is finished, and Hydra speed is third way done. So lurker will not come as soon as it could come.
Yes. It could be that he just bought lab just in case because he had the money and eventually he will need it anyway. So
I think what he needs right now are more hatcheries, because if you Protoss just cannons, then it's, and already there are 3 cannons down, couple zealots will be.
yeah, he only has the two main hatcheries, nothing else.
Protoss needs to cannon. if he just cannons to survive, he's perfectly
And
fine.
if you check the worker count, that's a huge advantage for the Protoss.
Maybe 4th cannon.
Almost double.
Okay, 4th cannon coming down. That's great. And Hydra speed has finished. Hydra range has not started.
So Hydra
This
range
number
is
of-
important for a cannon bus, right?
It could be a stalemate. on this
Range is very important, yeah. And I mean the front one cannon that could be sniped easily. And if the two front cannons get sniped, then the forge and gateway can be sniped with Hydra range.
I think Micro's zealots are poorly positioned because they need to participate in holding back the Hydras within a few crucial seconds, and they are not nowhere positioned.
But Hydras are coming in without range, and Micro has correctly identified that he needs cannons. So 5 cannons are up so far, and 5 zealots. And once zealot speed comes up, or a DT comes up, Templar attack is also on the way. So actually, Templar attack is almost done. So, but that's one Overlord spotting. But Zerg has
Does
no.
he have zealot speed? Yes, it's being researched, just started at least.
But now this fight is not good. This is not good for Protoss. The cannons are not shooting. You need to screen for the cannons, not to kill the zealots.
Still, Geresz found an angle to attack that gateway without being hit by the cannons.
Yeah, so Hydra range has finished, so he can now snipe probably both the forge and the gateway.
Yeah, but the +1 will be finished before he can snipe the forge, probably.
Could be. But yeah, so Zerg has no economy behind it. So Zerg has to win with these Hydras, or he is lost. High temp are being made, not DP. So there are 2 overlords. Does Geresz have overlord speed? Do you know?
Overlord speed? I did not see it coming.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Storm is on the way, 2 gateways pumping versus 2 hatcheries building Hydras, so yeah, it's looking good for Protoss. But if it depends on the micro, really, and how well the zealots are positioned. Zealot speed is out.
A lot of the Hydralisks are very badly damaged already.
And +1.
Micro is still waiting for his first storm.
Here's the dive. Here's the big dive. Okay, I think that was a good trade for Protoss. And trying to snipe the forge, but the upgrades are already finished. The Protoss already has a second forge, So even if he snipes the forge, it doesn't prevent any extra cannons.
Yeah.
There was no real point in doing that. But yeah, now zealots are coming out. They have speed, they have +1 attack, and they have mass. They have a lot of HP and shields. So
Does he have lurking expect developed? Because it's being to be developed in a few seconds. So Geresz can switch to a defensive strategy at least by buying lurkers.
but even if he does, it's 2 base versus 2 base, and he's not mining at all on his natural. So he could absolutely defend those zealots. But I think the game state is.
Where is he going?
Protoss favored.
Oh, this is the actual path there. Yeah.
The
Right.
zealots?
Yeah. I'm surprised why did they go to that corner instead of trying to rush the opponent base.
That is a possible third base, basically.
Yeah, but there's nothing there.
Yeah. But I guess you have to go there to see if
It's a
there is
weird way
anything
to
there.
position your half of your army. Pretty much, no, that's pretty much all your zealot.
I mean, Protoss trying to getting back out on the map, scouting for for bases. Sees nothing so far. Those zealots are idling, but there's not. It's not like the natural can be hit. But there is no.
In terms of workers, it's still almost double the amount for the Protoss players, so it's devastating advantage. Geresz not even mining gas on his natural.
But there's actually no robotics support base. So Protoss has storms against lurkers, but there's no robotics. Nothing has started, and lurkers are already out.
Yes.
A lurker
But-
drop could still work wonders in the main base of the Protoss, or actually in the natural also.
Well, it could work, but at this stage, when Protoss already has storm, it's very easy to just suicide a lot of units being dropped down.
Given that the Zerg is behind in development, he needs to rely on some tricks,
Yeah,
because in the direct battles he cannot win.
yeah, absolutely.
So trick play has to be used.
So Protoss is on 3 bases now. Third Nexus is done. Rope transfer.
Four gateway production so far. He could go. I guess he's going to go up to 6, 7, 8, or at least probably has the production to move up to 6, 7, 8 pretty soon. And Zerg is just now taking the third at 11 o'clock. Or is it 10 o'clock?
I
Actually,
guess
Micro could just attack the natural of Geresz, and there's very few. Oh, there are the lurkers, I didn't say those.
Yeah, I think 3 lurkers only. Unless he stacked them well.
But they can be stormed.
Yeah.
And the probe and
Hive is being built.
hugging
so
a High Templar going to a forced expansion for Protoss.
That probe is really in the ass of that Templar.
Yeah.
Pervert.
Nice Micro keeps positioning his armies in the most random of places. I don't follow what the strategy is, why he thinks these locations are such of key importance that he needs to defend them.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? What are you thinking?
Which part of like the army at the
In the
middle
middle,
of the
and
map?
then also the Zelos that are idling at 11 o'clock for some reason.
So you have 7 zealots that are not really doing
Yeah.
anything. They could be with your main army, and then I guess you can contest a Zerg that's trying to come down the ramp. But right now you have armies in. You're just moving your reinforcements from the natural.
I think this is just as surprised as us when finding those Zelos
So
there.
right now, yeah. So your army is in 3 spots, and Zerg can just clean up one by one. Yeah, first army dead, second army coming down.
Yeah, that whole encounter was extremely tough.
But I think even this kind of trade is perfectly fine for Protoss.
This reminds me one of the matches from yesterday where the players kept fighting for a position where neither of them had invested anything.
Do we have an observer with the army? No, we have an observer scouting expansion. Or the low ground expansion in front of the Protoss base, yeah.
Yeah. Still only 4 gateways though.
Also, Zerg is researching everything that can be researched at the same time. Research
there's
is
a
done
greater
in
spire.
building.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, two gas. He has 2 gases, so that won't.
Well, he's behind in numbers. He might want to up the quality of his units.
But there's only 1 Corsair. So the Guardians have quite good base armor. So Corsairs take a very long time to. Oh, the storm!
The storm
Okay, so
was
now-
dodged well, so...
Oh, that storm was very nice.
Nice, yeah. That was a true storm. So now Zerg is bugs in. Protoss can just stay here, throw down the storm. That's not the best move out in. Where's the storm? Where's the storm? There's the storm. Okay, so Protoss is through. But he needs a reinforcement. He needs to rally.
These storms are really winning the game, it seems.
Protoss needs to bring in the reinforcements. There's a lot of army to come in here. Maybe it's not enough. It's fine this way. Incoming workers have been killed. GG scored. Nice one.
Yeah. First game goes to Nice Micro, I guess.
GG!
Welcome
Very well
everyone in
played.
the chat. Say hi in the chat.
I
Thanks
was
everyone who joined
immediately
us.
proven wrong.
There was no sudden Protoss death, I guess.
No, I mean there was that two hatchery Hydra attempt that was blocked by having just enough cannons, and I think afterwards it was just a matter of the economic advantage hitting.
So if Zerg fails this kind of Hydra rush, there's not much they can do after it, right?
I mean, Protoss can still throw the game, but
Yeah, I guess.
by making some mistakes. But normally Protoss is very much ahead, so that pro gamers would. I mean, if they fail a 2 hatchery Hydra bust, they would probably just GG.
Yeah, I was surprised how easily you were able to break through from that containment.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of as a beginner player as a Protoss getting out of the Hydralisk containment or lurker contain is one of the most difficult things. But Geresz was kind enough to suicide most of the Hydralisks into the cannons, so...
Yeah, I mean, if he just waited patiently outside, that might have worked better for him, and he assumed the map control.
Yeah, that is also a possibility. If once he sees the number of cannons, he can try to drone up. Templars are like storm the wall, our bravest will return as Dragoons anyway. Yeah, there was a storm on the Zealots with the lurkers, that's true. Okay, so second map is going to be Eclipse. Is this a good Protoss versus Zerg or a good Zerg versus Protoss map? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. So, are you guys ready for the next game.
Absolutely.
Ready.
All right, then let's see what changes, what stays the same on the two-player map. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we are in the game, and something's already happening. By not something that's not happening, I guess.
Oh wow, 4 pool coming in.
Yeah, but the surplus to see that nothing is being built by the Zerg. Yeah, so he's just going to rush.
So
Someone explained to me that in two-player maps, you know where the opponent is, but the rush distance is going to be longer, so it might not be that easy to.
yeah. So in Eclipse, the rush distance is long, and also if there's a pylon scout, Protoss will see the links coming in very, very soon. So he can react accordingly, and even.
Well, he actually did. This is what you call a pylon scout, right?
Yep, that's exactly that. So Protoss will see what's coming in very quickly.
What if they go around each other? Maybe I don't know.
I have no idea what
Micro might fail to interpret what he's seeing.
He's not moving in the right direction, but I think still. Okay, so is it a forge or a gateway? That's a big forge. So if he comes up, sees the links building, he can just put a pylon in his main, put a cannon there, and then be fine. Yep.
Is there a chance that this transitions into a longer game?
For Zerg?
Yeah, maybe. So he does not win, but does some damage, and we are.
So five pool can transition from 6 things to just drones, maybe 8 things to just drones. So 5 pool can absolutely transition. Not 4 pool typically doesn't. But why is Protoss building a pylon in the front? He just has to defend. And this pylon is actually a 1 beam time. So he needed that pylon in his main.
Okay, so what happened is I thought I already put down a cannon. But...
Well, you didn't.
Well, I did that, yes.
Not enough probes. You need all your probes. All your probes have to be here.
Yeah.
Every single one of the probes have to be here. Oh no! He didn't. Okay. That's pretty much easy. There's no pylon in the main.
0 shots were fired by the cannon. It was destroyed at exactly the right time.
So yeah, Protoss. So what's coming? But there was no. The reaction wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
And now the second overlord sees that pylon and thinks, "What the hell? What's it playing?"
I wanted to transition into a cannon rush, but I severely miscalculated.
And now Forge is being built and targeted down.
Why isn't he hitting the workers?
Well, good question. I mean, there are 9 workers, 3 Zerglings, but
I mean, it is still completely wrong for the Zerg, but it was a poor strategic choice.
Yeah.
Not killing the workers.
I mean, if he kills the Forge, then there's no. He just real things, and then there's no way for Protoss. But I mean, now there's just too many links.
I mean, Micro still has more work.
Not for long. Ooh. Can the cannon finish? No.
GG!
Yeah, so...
Good thinking from the Zerg player. Excellent strategy.
Was it your expectation, Topirello, that all the games go like this?
Yes.
So up next, 76.
That Geresz will try at least one more time in this series.
I mean, if it works, why not?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we'll see how if the Protoss corrects the reaction.
Yeah, so 76, Topirello's favorite map is coming up with a tricky expansion, I guess. The fake natural.
Actually, I think Troy is even more creative.
Yeah, I guess. So, are you guys ready for this game to start?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll. Okay, so we are in the game, and Geresz got the top right position, Nice Micro in the bottom left.
And Nice Micro already performed the glitch
Yep.
to reach the hidden expansion. And Geresz,
Very nice.
Geresz, is he trying to do that? He
Yeah,
is trying
he is.
still.
So both players are trying to go for the map feature, but
So I hear a vacuuming sound coming from one of you guys.
That's my side, I guess.
okay, can the drone go through? Can the drone? Okay, it's through. Okay, just in time.
So no, both of our players performed this glitch successfully. I think it's very important. It gives you a huge economic boost. Especially because the natural in this map lacks gas.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, Micro built the first pylon on the low ground of his natural. So is he trying to go for 3 bases already? That's interesting. And this way the probe that was, so he has a probe scouting, a probe trapped in that island base, and the probe waiting to build something. So so the Protoss economy is not looking so hot.
I mean, he just needs to defend on that line where he's building the forge, cannon up, and then go straight to Geresz. That might. I mean, there is a window of opportunity for the Zerg to strike like 10 minutes where he can just buy it doesn't beat you, but if he does not, you win. So you have to take some risks with this.
And the spawning pool is just 2/3 the way done.
Okay, so that cannon for the Protoss on the Protoss natural, that doesn't really cover the bottom entrance all that much.
Yeah.
So, and also with this, there's a huge space between the forge and the gateway. So if I saw this wall, I would probably just build links and go for speed and just try to run past and kill the Protoss.
So is it possible to run under the gateway?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of space under the gateway. There's space between the gateway and the forge. Probably space above the
But
pylon.
no, there is another cannon.
Okay, now with two cannons, yeah, it's not so much.
But you seriously think that Micro didn't check the pixel perfect walls for all the maps and all positions? I mean, that would be unusual for him.
I would never suppose something like that.
I know that the forge is supposed to be on the bottom for a perfect wall. I know that much, but
it's supposed to pylon in every spot.
But this is a
pylon
very
bottom,
big...
forge above, gateway above. So it's the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Zerg is going for second guess and lair, so it could be a quick muta rush. But Zerg is also overbuilding drones in his main. I guess he could he could expand to and down his ramp to use those drones better. But I guess it's not overbuilding. It's overbuilding for Zerg at this point of the game.
So Zerg has neither Hydralisk then neither Spire at this moment. What do you think is going to be?
Spire is
Spire,
down.
obviously. Yeah.
And Cybercore hasn't completed yet, but I think Corsairs could still be in time. But Protoss has no idea what is up now. And also quite a substantial wall, but no gateway. Sorry, no nexus.
No.
So the nexus is quite delayed. So I think eco-wise, Zerg is perfectly fine. And
I mean, the problem that Micro might have a single Corsair that it's not enough. You need to amass the critical amount of Corsairs to be useful against Mutalisk, and he has no chance to do that. He can only defend with cannons, but he doesn't even have pylons in the critical places to defend his allies.
yeah, his wall is well defended. neither of the bases are.
Yeah, but he will be up for a rude awakening when the Mutalisk show up and Hydralisks do not. He's only defended against Hydralisks, that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Yes, most of the time does play, but that is not one of those times.
Geresz has 1,000 minerals already. Wow.
That's
But
all
only
going
two
to be
hatcheries.
Mutalisk soon.
but only 2 hatcheries. So there won't be. Yeah, so 6 meters will hit very quickly. And Protoss needs 2 cannons at all bases.
Actually, I think Geresz missed out on buying another hatchery. He could have 3 additional Mutalisk hatcheries.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he's building a macro hatchery, but it's too late for that. He should have done that a bit earlier. There is some confrontation between the Lings and the Zealots, and the Zealots just...
Okay, 2 cannons in the Protoss main. Will he put down cannons to protect his nexus? Michael, why did you put the nexus in the island when you're holding and cannoning?
I did not prepare for this map at all, to be honest with you. So.
And the problem that he doesn't even have the right pylons to place cannons to protect his main mining.
Yeah. Well,
Mutalisk can park at one point and deny the mining.
I mean, at least there's only 3 probes to lose at this base. So that's
He's now using the Mutalisk to harass the Zealots. That was probably a fool choice, showing them off for such little gain. Instead, he could go straight for the...
Do we have Corsair attack? Because if Protoss can get up to 7 Corsairs to plus 1 attack, then it doesn't matter how many meters there are. But it will take a long time with just 1 gas.
Yeah.
Oh, the 3 zealots actually broke into the Zerg main. Oh, see how good the micro is. 2 drones going down. A 3rd drone.
I'm surprised that this succeeded.
Yeah, me too. There seemed to be enough links, and it was... Okay, was it just 3 drones?
I think it was 3 drones, yes.
But Zerg is mining of 3 gases, even though the ones on the island expansion only have 3,000 gas, but we're still left.
Yeah, the island nexus is going to be lost in a few seconds.
Why do I was just scared that all the Corsairs are going to die. But it's switching to 2 Stargates, actually.
Yeah, on 1 gas. Good luck with that.
Yeah, well... It gets you to the critical mass quicker, but there still needs to be a nexus
Yeah.
behind your cannons.
I'm seeing
6
6
Corsairs.
Corsairs, 2 of them damaged. So that could be very useful against the Mutaliks. They can hold their own.
14 meters force storage. No, Protoss cannot fight out on the map. Not just now. He needs to stay by the cannons, wait for a couple more Corsairs, wait for the upgrade to finish. Oh, the Scourge! Scourge are limited cannons. Okay, nice,
Yes,
nice
we're
dancing.
out microed.
That's great Corsair micro. And now the Nexus is down, so seems the game is stabilizing. Worker count is equal, that usually favors Zerg, but most of the supply of Zerg is in air units, which will be obsolete after a couple more rounds of Corsair production. But now Protoss cannot take the island base without a shuttle.
Yeah.
Also, it should be noted that the ramp outside of the main base is very narrow, so larger units cannot even climb up there. So
Yes, the production has to be on the low ground.
Wow, that's a lot of Scourge though. What?
I mean,
how many? Are you even allowed to buy that one? That seems unfair. This whole unit seems unfair, especially in these numbers. I say that as a carrier player, of course.
So the Corsairs are bravely going out, 8 of them without +1 attack, and they will bravely die. See the battle? Oh, Scourge. Oh.
Even though the +1 attack is very close, I think.
Yeah, it's done now.
Don't know. Oh.
Very well timed out attack. Yes.
That was the guess. That was the guess you built up so far during the map. I mean, you went away with 5 Corsairs, and most of the Scourge suicided into the top 2. So I think Protoss is very lucky with this trade.
Micro is just starting up production in his natural and transferring some probes there.
And Zerg has already switched to high.
There's no gas there. So I mean, the reason that he bought the Nexus to the hidden expansion, because that one had gas, but the natural doesn't.
Yep. I mean, Gateway Core, so Zealot Corsair still could work. He just needs to go up to, I don't know, 11 Corsairs or so. But that move out, yeah. He now sees the Zerg cloud waiting. But it's Hydra.
Planning with all those zealots in this air battle.
So the Hydras, so the Protoss could be fine, but against the Hydras, he needs to have a lot of speed lots.
Yeah, I completely missed that there were Hydras. Those took me by surprise. Didn't realize that after someone showed up front lines.
Oh, the Mythlisks are going around? No, they're just checking if there is a third base again.
I mean, he could absolutely dive and take down those 2 cannons.
Yeah.
Now Protoss is getting even more behind with 2 more cannons built. But I guess Zealot speed has not even started. But Storm is being built, but there are no Templar, no gas for Templar, no gas for Corsairs. I think here the best bet would be to just stick to Corsairs Zealot and hope that Zergers don't come out soon.
Can't you use maybe the Corsairs to defeat the Overlords en masse in the opponent's base?
Yeah, and also Corsair DT. So but we would need an observatory against the locals if there are locals. But yeah, if Zealot Corsair and then mix in DTs, that would also be a good composition.
Oh, Greater Spire again.
Wow. Does Zerg have any upgrades on the no armor?
Is he beating Greater Spire just to build further upgrades, or does he want to actually mutate the Mutalisk?
So there are no upgrades on the Mutalisk so far, so there's 0-0.
Yeah, so he wants to do the Guardians or whatever they call.
Yeah, seems like it.
Or whatever, the balloon fellas, I forgot their names.
You mean Archons? Archons?
No, the other mutation of the Mutalisks that attack to the air.
Oh, Devourer.
Devourer, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. The balloon.
The 8 Corsairs. Storm.
And the Storm. It was a very, very heavily telegraphed move.
Why is it only 6 Corsairs now? Where is that to go?
But no more storms are possible, I think, at the moment. Or some storms would do wonders in this battle, but Micro has no more.
So the Corsairs are getting picked off, and they are now far from the critical mass. So Zorro can just aim. Well, Zorro could aim move, but there's no real reason to. He has an equal advantage. He can just drag the game out, contain.
And lurkers are being made, so.
Lots of very squishy Zerg units are in that battle, so storms could be the deciding.
So Lurker
I see
Guardian.
no more.
You see Lurker Guardian Devourer. Wow. That's not something that happens very often in GVP.
He moved.
He's taking position just outside cannon detection range. That's perfect.
I mean, that's not just outside. I think he could move a few inches forward. Oh, and there's a storm.
The Guardians are now coming. And do we have another storm? Storm on the Guardians.
I think it's the survivor storm.
Of course, I have a death wish here. They're very suicidal.
I mean, where are the courses? Oh,
The Corsairs are
Don't
dead.
minute, you lost all of them.
At this point, the Corsairs are not. The Guardians have base 2 armor. The Protons have plus stun attack. So
The key is the Guardians outrange the cannons.
So they're doing. Corsairs are doing 4 damage. So it's what is it? 38 hits? Maybe 39 hits in generation for the Corsairs. Kill Guardian.
Now, what else? Oh,
There are lots of unused Scourge that could be used against those courses. Maybe. And also, Geresz now enjoys map control but does not really expand anywhere. Even though no would be his chance to do it.
Yeah, he's going for the siege. He's sieging down this Protoss defense.
Yeah, he probably is like 90% focused on this area.
Oh, the Corsairs are dying. Micro has 4,000 minerals, but that's worth 700 gas, and he's mining from 1 gas. I guess at this point it's just survival, pure survival instinct.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great strategy to start with Mutalisk. Remove the hidden base and then start Micro off of gas.
yeah.
Bang. And no, the remaining Guardians cannot destroy.
Actually, the Zerg expansion gases are almost depleted. One of them is depleted, the other has 480. So, Zerg is starved himself out, almost. Well, I guess there's still 2,400 gas in the bank, so at this point it doesn't matter.
Those were some great storms, but probably too late. Yeah.
GG!
Well played.
So, Geresz up 2-1. And Sylphid is the next map, which is another 3-player map.
Will we see another 4-pool? Maybe he's saving that for butter.
Yeah, I don't think there will be much of better.
You don't think we'll get to butter? Okay. So Neo Sylphid Is there anything you guys want to say about this map? Would you expect?
Honestly, don't remember how it looks like.
Well,
Well, 3-player map, relatively short rush distance. And Zerg can absolutely go for a rush, with scouting one location with the Overlord and then hitting that or the other one.
yeah.
But at the same time, Protoss can choose to be aggressive and try to pressure the natural with the short rush distance.
Yeah. All right. So if you are ready, then let's go. And let's see if Topirello will be right and we'll never see butter. Okay, so the first drone was purchased and the second drone is also being made here for Geresz of the bottom right position.
So no rush.
Well, you can rush from 9 pool too, I guess, technically.
Yeah. And let's see what Nice Micro is doing. Will he also building a wall in front of the natural? That's what he did so far.
Do we have the pylon on the bottom? No. Pylon on the top. No.
Oh.
Okay, he switches. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Last minute
So,
correction.
Maybe one more point on 3-player maps, that usually if the game goes very long, that can favor Zerg, because if Zerg can take the other main and natural, of the empty spawning point, then there's no, so once the map gets split, that's usually great for Zerg.
You cannot really split the map half, so...
Yeah. And where do
Isn't that true for all three-player maps?
Yeah, that's same for all 3-player maps. Yeah.
So now Forge is getting on the bottom, I guess, or below the gateway. This time. Isn't this the same build that Geresz did on the first map?
Yeah, it is over pool gas. That's something that's relatively rare, but it can be done.
And what do you think he is going to be transitioning from this opening?
I mean, normally you would do something to do speed link timing, so use a very quick first 100 gas to get link speed, and then deny scouting or even try to bust the Protoss. But so far, Geresz has been going for the tech. It seems like, let's see whether he builds a lair already, or he goes to link speed.
Also, Micro tries to err on the side of safe caution in terms of placing down cannons. So he rather puts down an extra than this is.
Nice pylon block. But there are 4 links.
Link rush not going to work.
So Zerg is already at 200 gas, so it seems he hasn't quite decided what to do with that gas.
And the Nexus is building. I think
Yeah, sorry.
the Nexus is a bit ahead of the hatchery, right? So I did not exactly see when they were started, but
Do they take the same amount of time?
It's a good question.
I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. So it's so Zerg waited to build the lair until after the Pro Scout died. Maybe that's what was his trigger. He didn't want to show the lair, but now he's building a lair and a Hydra Den again. It seems very much like the build on Aztec.
So he wants to establish a lurker contain and go for map control.
I mean, that build was a two hatchery Hydra with a lair that wasn't quite utilized. Maybe he'll try to mix in lurkers earlier here. Protoss start casting a lot of probes.
We will soon see a Citadel of Adun, right? That's what would be the good play here.
Well, yeah.
That's the first advanced building I would buy here.
So it's actually lurker upgrade now. So on the S-Stack it was Hydra speed first. Now it's lurker aspect. So it is a very good lurker. But yeah, Protoss will, if it's a lurker link bust of 2 hatchery, Protoss will need probably three cannons at the minimum. But he's moving out. Protoss is doing very nice move, moving out 2 zealots, 1 probe that can deal with those initial zerglings and scout what's coming. And also see that there's no mining at the natural, so that will confirm that it's very, very low eco for Zerg. Or does he see the natural?
And he sees the Hydras.
Yeah, that's a good tell.
That's also important, so he probably won't defend against Mutalisks now for a bit of time.
Yeah.
He knows that it's very unlikely that Geresz is also hiding Mutalisks somewhere.
Yeah, so Stargate is almost done. Protoss could cancel and go for Citadel.
Oh, so he went for a Stargate. I expect, and the Citadel just started. My expectation was that he will start with the Citadel.
I mean, it's perfectly fine to just build a couple Corsairs to harass, pick off any stray overlords, harass the Zerg, make him focus a bit on Hydra defense. So.
Yeah, generally.
Why would he just be overlords? For what purpose overlords would be all around the map undefended?
Sorry?
Why would overlords be undefended all around the map at this phase?
Scouting. And forgot about, I guess.
I mean, there's one at 12 o'clock, there's one at 9 o'clock, and then one on the main and natural. And it's very difficult to cover all these spots with Hydras, so it's just, it can force a lot of micro. But that forge, I don't think that +1 should be allowed to finish.
Yeah, the lurker's already in range.
Well,
and the lurkers can attack the forge with impunity.
So there's no Hydra range yet. That's why the Hydra is not hitting the forge, but the lurkers can absolutely hit it.
But he's struggling to position the lurkers, so all of them are able to attack.
Okay, but Protoss is really Corsair is scouting around. Actually, there are Hydras being held. There's 6 Hydras held back to defend Overlord, and then only 2 Hydras up in front of the Protoss. So that's already a win to keep that many Hydras away from the pressure point. By the just of the fact of building that 1 Corsair.
And he's not building the zero speed that could be useful against the Hydras.
Robotics is built.
Is it already finished? Zero speed.
I don't think so.
No, probably not.
That's going to be a problem then.
Well, so Protoss is perfectly fine. He has double the worker amount as long as he doesn't die to this attack or a lurker drop. Should be fine.
Oh, and he sacrifices an overlord for no reason.
Yeah, so this is where
it even got him blocked.
So an observer and a DT can just make this contain go away because of that suicide on the overlord.
Yeah, that was a very poor move because no Geresz is left without detection in his containment for him. That could be a decisive mistake.
Very far away.
And is he even sending one there? I think no. He's not even sending a reinforcement overload there. If a DT were to show up, that would be a major problem.
And Templar Archives has just finished. Will Micro be building DTs? Observers are coming out.
I'm not sure if he's aware that there is no overload there.
I mean, he should be pretty soon with that observer. Hopefully.
And Geresz is still not sending any overload that way, not repositioning any. That's a major oversight, I think.
Just started his third hatchery with 1,500 minerals. Well, I guess on the Protoss side you also have a lot of minerals.
He started sending some overlords, but they are very slow.
And no overlord speed upgrade, not even researching. But
Actually, there's a Corsair that would be nice.
it's okay, first DT is coming out, but if... Okay, let's see if it goes out straight away. First DT is coming out, that out of the natural, making his way.
He sends out the DT and we realize that nothing is stopping it. And no! He's not engaging the forces, but just goes around. What a missed opportunity. He had the chance to kill everything with the DT and he just snuck away.
And the overlords are slowly crawling in the middle of the map.
He had the chance to just kill everything or chase them away and he missed that.
But the observer is right there. Observer sees that there's no detection.
Damn son, what are you doing?
Robotics support bay coming down. So if it reverse, you can also break out, but you all had a very good chance to break out.
Yeah, I mean, so buying a few DTs, killing everything would have worked, but so it's not very sure that Micro did not realize that detection was lacking. And detection is arriving as we speak, so it's no longer viable.
Sorry. So DT was hitting the hatchery and then running into the overlord just to make sure that everyone knows, hey, I'm here. Oh no, that's first DT. Can he kill? Okay, kill two Hydralisks. Let's see what the response is.
Yeah, I mean, just running into the lurkers, that also works, so I mean, that is also a move, technically.
I mean, that DT is already at 8 kills, so 6 drones went down.
When we have an Archon, is this intentional or did you just mess up with the
No, that's intentional. The storm ran out already, so...
Oh. Actually, container is cleaned up quite nicely.
How many kills did DT have when it died?
And it seems Geresz was angry that he was lacking the overload and researched the speed for them in the meantime.
I think it killed about 6 drones, a couple, 2 Hydralisks, and maybe a few Zerglings.
And Micro is now launching an attack on absolutely jack shit again. That's a good move.
I mean, he's expanding with some other. He's expanding. He's double expanding.
Ah, okay.
Split his army into 2 and double expanding.
Well,
But-
2,000 minerals and still only 4 gateways, though. So
But still doubling the supply of Zorro. So
Are
Zorro
you
put-
even allowed to buy more than 4 gateways?
yeah, I guess.
So
never
Zorro put a
tried.
lot of resources into this lurker push, but is now finally up to 5 hatcheries and 30 drones. So if Zorro is able to buy 10-15 more drones, maybe expand to a 4th, then he still has a place in this game.
I mean, but Micro is absolutely in control here. I'm amazed by his play.
You do need a bunch of gateways though.
Yeah.
two more are being built. And rivers are also being built, so that will be interesting.
Reverse.
Yeah.
I mean, he now has 6 gateways in total.
Oh. What are these 4 lurkers trying to do at the 3rd base location? I guess they will wait until the cannon is finished.
Location scouting.
Oh, it's a nice Hydra contingent. And there is no Templar there, so...
They are attacking upwards.
That's actually not high ground.
Not?
It is a choke, but it isn't high ground. Oh, Reaver has arrived. Oh, very nice.
Reaver. We got to see the day when the Nice Micro is actually using a Reaver well.
Shoot!
Did I speak too soon?
Yeah, too soon. Can they snipe it? Couldn't snipe a shuttle. Okay. DT coming into the Zerg third expansion. Well, that attack didn't really pay off.
Again, it seems that Zerg is very much behind in army size, so he should probably rely on 3 units. Going just at straight first with his Hydralis is probably not going to be. Ooh, and the lurkers absolutely did not work out there. Really, Micro is just going to be winning this. And I don't mind because I think I have a fighting chance against him in the last round and does not really against Geresz.
So the problem is that the Zerg has 3 bases and the Protoss is on 4, even though like one of the Protoss bases is not really mining at the moment.
Also upgrades Protoss is on 2-1, Zerg is on 0-0. So longer this game goes, it favors Protoss.
Hydralis has no upgrade
Yeah.
in terms of attack or defense. I guess they have range and speed.
Oh, the Reaver is out of scarabs.
Happens.
Where is the Protoss army? Where the hell is the Protoss army?
I mean, he has some soldiers here and there.
That wants to
Like
take the other
in
main.
the top position where there is no enemy whatsoever.
Well, they are going now. So the Hydralisk train is approaching the...
Where is Geresz buying all those Hydralis? That's it. 7 hatcheries buying just Hydralis non-stop.
So both of them just randomly attack the same location.
I think, no, there was an overlord there, so Geresz knew that there was a Protoss army up moving.
Yeah, but why is you attacking there, where there is enemy, but no mining? You should be attacking where there is mining, but no enemy forces.
I mean,
That's where I usually
it's okay
try to
to cut
attack.
that. So it's okay to try to challenge an expansion, make it prevent the Nexus from building. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, if
but I mean,
that's
I completely
brave,
miss
of course
the Overlord. So thanks for that correction. But now Zerg is attacking the Protoss fourth base, and the Reaver finally goes down to some
Yeah,
height.
that is that expansion at 11 o'clock that is amazingly defended, so it cannot be accessed by just.
Oh, there's even a
Small
gateway
one,
up there, yeah.
But there's only one cannon now, and just a few dragoons, so it doesn't seem like there's enough to save this.
Well played, Geresz. This attack.
Reaver's coming out, or one? Do they have
And
scarabs?
no has scarabs. There is a single river, right, in the entire game.
Not quite sure. Yeah, it's probably a single river at this point. Wow, the attack was held. I think the upgraded advantage really showed because the dragoons should have just melted.
You see, Geresz is trying to buy some circlings also because he's evolving the adrenaline glands or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the Queen's Nest hive, already has hive, so he could go for some other hive tech, like Ultralink or something, I don't know.
Yeah, but Ultralink then is not there.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Protoss main has mined out. Natural is very close to mining out. But he has enough bases to transfer to.
But yeah, so the Protoss has a ridiculous economic advantage. I'm surprised how Zerg is even in the game at this point.
Geresz has 4,500 minerals, so it's not like...
Yeah, but I mean, it's not worth much if you're not spending it.
We're trying to push up this small ramp. Only 2 workers defending. Ooh, that were very nice storms on the Portuguese Hydras. Very nice storms.
The problem, he just keeps sending a dozen Hydras that like die.
That was actually pretty nicely timed push from Protoss to prevent the force.
I think we can prepare for butter at this point.
Yeah, bring out the bread. My apologies. Main probes for Protoss still haven't been transferred. Natural probes have been transferred. But there's counterattack by Zerg, but there's just too much defense.
And also Zerg neglected to buy these attack and defense upgrades.
Yeah, no upgrades on either Hydras or Lynx at this point.
Protoss
While the Protoss units are heavily upgraded. 2 on the armor, 3 on the attack.
Yeah, at this point, even just Dragoon Zealot will kill a lot of Hydraling.
Because the Zerg units are too poor of quality.
Of course, the problem is it's not Dragoon Zealot, it's Dragoon Zealot, Templar, Archon, Reaver.
I mean, that was a great show of heroism by those Lynx, but they absolutely got killed. It seems really just making room in terms of population there because that attack achieved nothing.
So why are you not attacking Micro? I understand when you're ahead, get more ahead. I absolutely understand that, but there has to come a point when you just pull your army together and just kill, go for the kill.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe
but there is not
making
really that much army at this point. Like everything is just spread out.
That's why I said pull it together and then kill it. I mean, you're at 193 supply at this point.
I mean, do you think that the Protoss would win by just attack moving everything to the Zerg lane?
Yes. Look how slowly the Lynx are killing.
Zerg Lynx wreak havoc.
Look how slowly the Lynx are killing that very small army. And that one Reaver with the final blow.
Yeah, there's still no upgrade on these Lynx, so...
Does he even have an evolution chamber? I don't see it. Pro doesn't even have an evolution chamber anywhere.
So Zerg had, with that start, he had to skimp on something. So I guess upgrade is what he chose to not to focus on.
It just didn't happen.
Oh, there is also cover now, so...
But since the game went so long...
I mean, he has lots of money to maybe buy some Lynx, Ultralisks, and hope that you accidentally attack yourself. I guess that's what Zerg can do.
Zerg trying to establish the force base. Thinks better of it. Micro, could you please explain at 12 o'clock on the top left of the Nexus, what the hell are those cannons? 12...
Those were there to kill an overlord which was over the gas.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, you are ahead economically, so I won't say not much to say. You had the money. Ooh, that's very tough. Archon and Zealots blocking storms. It's very costly.
And Ultralisks are trying to fight up a ramp where a bunch of Protoss units are standing, again defending nothing.
Well, they are stopping the Zerg from expanding to another base,
Yeah.
and that is strategically meaningful.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it could be.
But to be fair, there are two more spots that none
But
of the players.
the bases that the Zerg could take that are not defended by anyone.
Yeah, at this point, Zerg could even try to double expand.
And I mean, there were like 10 units up this ramp, and they killed like 50 Zerg units, so it was not a bad investment, I think.
I mean, most of those are Zerglings.
Yeah, that's true. 25 kill Archon, 19 kill Archon.
Yeah, that was very difficult. Finally, Protoss is pushing in. Zerg have mined out. Well, except for the natural. GG's called.
And we are
Yeah,
not
so-
treated to the conclusion of
We go to
Nice
butter,
Micro finally
actually.
breaking through. So actually, it was Katya's prediction that came true. Maybe he actually thought that, or was just being polite. I don't know. But we have a deciding match.
No, I think the Micro and Geresz should be closely matched.
Really?
I mean, if both of them practice the same amount, absolutely. Or roughly the same amount, or none of them practice it.
Yeah, I just noted against Geresz most of the time. I just don't stand a chance.
Yeah, but the matchup is different. So your strategies are not really good versus Zerg in general. So
Maybe it could.
I would say that. Okay, so are you ready for the butter game?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then let's go. And let's
Write
see.
in chat who do you think will win this decider.
Yeah, okay, make your predictions in the chat. Let's see. What are the people thinking while we roll the intro here? Okay, so top position, Geresz. Bottom position, the Protoss. So is there anything strange happening? Not really.
So Zerg is actually not going for the 4 pool. He's building drones.
Would 4-pool be a good build on this map specifically?
No,
No.
not really. Rush distance is very, very long from main to main. I mean, he could. I mean, if he could take over the natural, the 4 pool, but again, Protoss scouts builds a pylon in the main, puts a cannon there, and it's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
So we have one guess. Krautsalers is guessing that actually he's no betting on micro. Based on, I guess, the high quality of the gameplay he showed so far.
And Protoss scouts the main, sees everything. Again, it's actually 9. It's
Katya,
9
what do you
to-
expect?
Yeah.
Will we see Mutalisk or Hydralisk first?
It's actually a 9 pool gas, so it's not even over pool gas, rather a 9 pool gas. So I wonder. So this is a switch up. Maybe he forgot the overlord, or there is a plan. There could be a very, very quick link speed off of this.
Well, almost 100 minerals. Now we have 100 minerals. And yes, he starts to lose speed.
So what I think that Mutalisk could work well, because Micro usually focuses his defenses in the natural wall, and maybe the main could be suspected go to a Mutalisk attack.
Okay, and so Micro saw that the drones were pulled of the gas, so he's probably suspecting that it's a speed link. And 2 cannons are being built.
I think he's not suspecting anything. He's just building cannons because that's what he can build because he has no gateway, so he's not building zealots. On account of having no gateway, he can build power.
No, but Protoss does need an access after this.
And the Link boys are coming in.
Can they make it
Probably
past?
dying to the cannon.
No, they won't make it past. Will they?
Yeah, that absolutely failed.
One
He
link,
kills like one worker.
one link coming through, and it will have speed. It already has speed.
I mean, but what can you kill with one link?
One probe.
Not even one probe.
I mean, but that one probe is very very low, but can get a sketch.
Can he find it?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he killed absolutely nothing with this attack.
Okay, so that's
a huge problem.
and there are 4 more links that have been produced. So Micro needs that access actually, and also
The
needs to have-
scouting probe got into the Zerg base, but I did not see how much deep it went.
So it is again a low eco 2 hatchery layer build. And it has to be low eco because of that 9 pool speed opening. But can he utilize the speed, the thing speed? I mean, with that wall, so 12. If he had collected 12 speedlings, he could absolutely have killed those 2 cannons. But he chose to try to, because the second cannon hasn't finished quite yet. He chose to take out the first cannon, but then the second finished and tried to run by, and then you saw what happened.
If he keeps attacking the first cannon, what would have happened? What do you think?
Probably
I mean-
could have taken down the one cannon at the
And then
cost of
die.
all links, and then die. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been better to just not engage the cannons at all and run straight, right?
Yeah, or yeah, he could have started with the run by. Then he probably would have made it through with three rings or
Just
so.
running straight, he would probably have 3 rings in.
Yeah,
That's what I guess.
3 maybe 4 rings depending on the cannon. And yeah, the probe actually got in and confirmed the spire. That's very important. There's on top of it and trying to take. Actually now Zerg is on 19 drones and Protoss is only on 22 drones. So I guess Protoss is good to see what the drone for production. So now the economic event is for the micro is listed on
Katja, I'm hearing you very poorly.
Apologize. Did you work that before?
The volume is fine, I think. Just the sound quality is a bit downgraded. I don't know.
How about now?
Now it's much
No,
better.
it's perfect.
I just moved the cable around a bit. Why the third cannon? You saw the spire. Why the third cannon in the wall?
Well, I don't remember.
I mean, you can never have enough cannons.
But
Yeah,
you're
I
not
guess.
protecting your electron access. That's the problem.
And the first Mutalisk is born.
Double
The
stargates.
first.
Okay, 2 Stargate can. 2 Stargate, 2 gas now.
2 Stargate. That's double the
So-
number of couriers.
But you will probably need to evacuate. So Protoss will probably not need to evacuate the natural nexus because that's not defended at the moment. But can Zerg find it? That weak spot. Yes,
I also
Zorro's
like
coming
how
in.
the Mutalisk took a little bit of detour, not to be revealed, but then he instantly reveals a single Mutalisk when engaging these.
So the first zealots 4 zealots are coming into the Zerg natural at the same time as the Mutalisks are hitting the Protoss natural. So it seems to be like a trade in eco. Lots of
The
probes are going
Protoss is
down.
not even defending his workers.
Lots of probes are going down at the same time. And the first Corsair went out to die. Oh well. Oh, the probes are going down. Oh, the probes. Okay, I think so far, as long as Protoss doesn't lose the Nexus, I think he should be fine.
And both of them lost a number of workers, but Nice Micro still has a massive number of them. So.
Yeah.
Brutalisks have no fighting chance in the main.
The Mythalisks fly close to the cannons.
Now, does Micro have the money to build up the Corsair count?
Geresz puts down a Hydralisk then at this moment.
There are 8 Mutalisks, a lot of them are heavily damaged. I think Geresz could probably do something with them still at this point, before those cannons finish. Well, yeah, I think the window's mostly passed.
And supply block for the Zerg.
And the 4 Corsairs are going out. Why? They have a death fish again.
To hunt.
They were reborn from the previous game, and now they have a death fish again. Scourge are coming. Oh, run! Run! Okay, Scourge have turned around.
Scourge courageously saved the Overlord.
I would guess that probably the Protoss is slightly ahead here, but it's very much open. Okay. So I think.
Protoss has transferred a lot of workers back to the natural, but the natural gas is not being mined.
Oh.
Yeah, why is that? That must be just a mistake.
I mean, he has a lot of gas saved up and less so minerals, so this could be a judgment to prioritize minerals for a bit.
But I mean, he's mining the minerals so heavily that it's maybe not even efficient anymore. On the other hand, Geresz is very light on mining.
Yeah, especially on the natural. But Geresz has produced a lot of Scourge. And now the 9 meters and that amount of Scourge coming out.
Scourge are easily come and go. So.
Yeah. But why you have 2 Stargates? Why still 4
and it seems that he figured out that Nice Micro is trying to establish a third position, denying that with some air units.
Yeah, so Zerg absolutely has air control at this point. With only 4 Corsairs, that's not enough, really. Do we have... Okay, +1 attack on Zealots is done, and Zealot speed is halfway done. So maybe by the time those Zealots make their way up...
They will be fast.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if they stop, take a breath.
Yeah, I mean, Micro has some impeccable timing with these upgrades and attacks, so I'm sure that he will wait for it. He does no such thing, just moves them.
I mean, it's catching the Zerg off guard and pulling back all the meters. So the suicidal zealots will at least weaken the Zerg's already very weak economy. Is he producing Corsairs? Why is he not producing Corsairs?
Oh yeah, the Stargates are taking a rest, I guess.
I mean, he's not producing anything.
I mean, so it does make sense not to produce Corsairs since all of them have a death wish. So why make them if they just suicide?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so it's up to 7 Corsairs and two more buildings. So once you're at 9, that's already a pretty strong army. They no attack upgrade on Corsairs, but at the same time, no armor on the Mutalisks.
Yeah, no upgrades on the ground units for the Zerg either.
And one armor and attack on the Protoss ground. So again, it seems like the longer this game goes, Protoss will probably pull more and more ahead. Especially
again, that could be a decisive mistake on Geresz's part, not buying these upgrades. In the long run, he will be very, very heavily.
Yeah, I don't see an evolution chamber at all, actually.
Yeah. Why is he not buying that? I mean, that pays for itself.
A lot of mutant Scourge are coming to contest that third base, and there's only 7 of the Corsairs are there. Let's see how this fight goes.
I mean, that's still a number, of course.
The Scourge! Corsairs are not shooting. 6 Corsairs. Ooh, much better engage for Protoss here. Oh, nicely
And
held.
he still survives with 5 Corsairs. That was very much a Protoss victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily the Corsairs took out most of the Scourge before they could hit. So that was...
And he checks what he can do with a few. You know,
He takes a single Corsair to protect the fourth base. Well, does that protect against Link?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't work against Lings.
Okay, but still Protoss did manage to get one base up and is on even basis with the Zerg, with a lot more worker supply. Oh, Protoss has produced a Dark Archon. Will we see some
Dark
Maelstrom?
Archon?
Well, Maelstrom, I guess.
What does it even do?
It paralyzes biological units for some, I don't know, 8-10 seconds.
I only dose them for steal, know them for stealing. And also I'm normally in the receiving end of that spell.
A lot of cannons are in production at the Protoss expansion, but the army is coming in. But Corsairs are in the right spot to defend.
He's really going to
Oh no!
do this mast. Oh my god.
Does have enough. Does have enough.
That's the
Oh, here's the
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. That's the Maelstrom.
Oh, I see now. On the
Kill them.
motorisks.
Kill them, guys. Okay, nicely defended from the Protoss player. And the DT is actually in the Zerg natural. Only managed to take out
But
one.
why are you using Maelstrom instead of just throwing storms? Isn't that better?
Because the Mutalisks can dodge the storms quite easily.
Oh, and that sticks on them. I see.
Yeah, it's instantaneous. Just
Yeah.
keeps them in place so that they can be stormed, or you can pull an Archon or
Yeah.
Corsair.
The strongest application of Maelstrom is with the Side Storm together.
Every
Yes.
day I'm learning something new about how to play Protoss.
So there's actually 8 Corsairs, but they are scattered all over the place. 9 Corsairs. And they need to be in...
I thought that you could teach me how to climb ramps with dragoons, but you like have probably pretty much 0 of them. Oh no, you have a few of them, probably by accident.
So Hydralisks are coming up to try to deny this Protoss base. Will there be enough army to defend? It doesn't seem like there's enough army because there's no storm. But we'll see. And at the same time, Protoss is counterattacking Zerg third base. It actually made all of the drones go away. This is now hitting hatchery.
It's not just counter-attacking, destroying that base.
Yeah, there's no reaction from Zerg. Dark Archon dies in the middle of the map, but the third base has gone down.
That Templar chases away the Hydras because there's no detection with them.
So that's a huge problem for Zerg. He absolutely needed that third base to survive. It will be very, very much an uphill battle.
Also, Nice Micro is even massacring the children, the younglings. Poor sportsmanship displayed by the Protoss player.
Those are just eggs, you can fry them and make some omelets.
And that DT is still... Well, maybe that's another DT.
That's a different one.
finally gets taken down. So Protoss main is mined out. Protoss natural is, well, it's not that close to mining out, but Protoss
Has
has
like
4
one
bases.
third of the resources.
And still no Evo chamber, still no upgrades.
Yeah,
For
it
the-
seems that Geresz is just given up on that, and he has the money for it. He could have 2+2 upgrades out that would
Yeah,
change a
easily.
lot of things. That he has more than enough money for that.
Yeah, I mean, Geresz went for air superiority and did have that for quite a bit, but at the crucial battle, the Corsairs were stronger.
I mean, problem that in late game, air is not really viable. So for late game, I think you should go back for land units for the deciding.
Yeah, so he needs to have a late game plan once losing that gambit.
I mean, air can win you the middle game, but he didn't win the match then. It is no problem.
But now it's very
Templar sniping time.
Templars are not throwing their storms. A lot of storms available. Well,
Yeah,
that's been
storm.
up.
Oh, the storm is just being developed now.
Oh, really?
The Templars did not have storm.
I mean, we had Maelstrom, but no.
No storm. Yeah.
No primary
But
storm.
they can start gathering the energy even though it's not research.
Yeah, they had all of them had 200 energy, but no storm.
So Zerg has expanded to a third and also taking a fourth. So if Protoss doesn't punish, then this game can go even longer. Because I think Protoss is in a position to punish absolutely, even after losing the army.
Did Nice Micro just research Maelstrom just so he can buy a single Dark Archon? Which I think is already dead.
Yeah. I mean, Dark Archons are not really used that much because I guess in the early game or mid game rather, it's more useful than late game. Like in the late game, you have to micro a lot of things already. So what is the Zerg going for here?
Again, even though the Zerg has much weaker production, he managed to amass thousands of resources.
But it's not using the resources.
And he finally is building 2 evolution chambers on the natural for some reason, using them as walls. But starting the upgrades now is very, very late. If he even starts something, which he did start.
Yeah, finally the 1-1 starts to be made.
But at the city, Zealots has 1 and 3, so. They are just cutting through it like butter.
Like butter, yes.
And knife through the knife goes through like butter.
And roll credits, I guess.
Corsair coming to challenge the Hydralisks.
Coming to challenge.
And now the rest of the army is coming as well. So let's see. Do we have a storm? Not just now. The Zerg has turned around. Now Protoss has taken this elevated position. And there is no detection, it seems. So the DT can... Oh, okay. Overall
The
just
detection have just arrived in time, yeah.
yeah. And now the storms are coming.
Ooh, big army of lurkers coming up.
Storm!
So many Templars, but no fighting units.
Can he save the Templar? Seems like he can.
Problem is the lurkers are
One-
very
one.
damaged and are now at irrelevant positions.
So huge supply lead for the Protoss, but
All the lurkers are... No.
Hive just started for the Zerg, so whereas in previous games, Geresz, or some of the games, he had pretty quick Hive. Since like here, it should come up at about 24 minutes. Okay, we have a scattered ragtag Protoss army making its way to the Zerg third. It seems like just enough fighters are coming up. Can we have a storm?
Ooh, these storms are working wonderfully.
Yeah. So Zerg is trying to prevent these attacks, but there's just not enough mass to lift through all the storms.
So both, oh, the Protoss went out. Okay, so 5 bases for the Protoss. I guess 4 of them are still mining, but naturally it's not that much. Zerg case, also 4 mining bases.
So typically Zerg would want to be one base ahead, or even just 5, even 2 bases ahead. But lurker hydro defense can be very efficient. See, there's too many storms. Storms are eating all the hydras. I mean, there's an Archon, 2 Zealots, and 2 Templars in the reserve unit. So they could come ahead.
More Templars are joining the party.
Yeah.
It's like
The
the
single
Jedi party.
strategy for Micro is whenever they throw a storm, he just merges them for Archons.
Well,
And so
second
actually
hand Templars.
slowly the Corsairs have disappeared. It seems there's only 2 more remaining.
I mean, also the Mutalisks have disappeared.
Oh wait, there's 5 more Corsairs of the Protoss Statue, and he's actually producing more. He's producing more Corsairs, so going for air control once again.
It seems that the Protoss advantage cannot be turned back from this point.
2 DTs at the Zerg 4th base.
And the DTs are absolutely killing the civilians there. And he's just ignoring the Hydras and killed the drones.
Another coming in.
That 3rd DT came a bit too late.
I mean, if Protoss has such a free map control, then it's a sign that victory is important.
And next to the Zerg 3rd, 4 lurkers surrounded the Templar and killed them with one fell swoop.
So Zerg is actually building a 1-1 range attack and armor, and it's building 2-2. So very slowly the upgrades are coming online for the Zerg, but we will be in time.
We got the comment that Geresz started the upgrades with more hesitation than I started the Windows updates.
That's very good. Oh. What is János Sarka talking about? He could have started with Arambai.
I have no idea.
Run by.
This is
Oh,
What's
okay.
that? What's Arambai?
Run by. I think that's the joke.
Yeah, but what's that?
What is Arambai? That's a unit from Age of Empires 2, apparently. Okay, so that's that. So couple of zealots running straight into lurkers. and the Corsair running to kill one Overlord. So see, just but the DTs are doing so much damage. So Lurker, Hydra on high ground, even that can be very efficient.
Versus Corsairs.
Especially if you don't bring the Templars. Well, the Corsair, yeah, well, that investment really quickly went down the drain.
Yeah. So Protoss is on 6 bases though.
6. Oh.
Yeah, the longer this game goes
And
on,
then 4 of them are actively mining.
Yeah.
so two upgrades are finished, 3 is not coming, and Zerg is starting to.
No, it's coming. He just started the third
Oh, okay, cool.
update. Well, very, very soon, the Zerg will only have 2 active bases. That's not enough.
There are still 2 more bases to take. So I guess the only win condition now for Zerg is to take both of them and trade very, very, very well. But against Storm, it's really an uphill battle.
And even though Micro said that Dark Archons are not good for the late game, he now has 2 of them at 4 o'clock.
I think they're good actually. It's just it's not the extra micro is it's not utilized as much.
Yeah, it's good, but it's difficult to use, I guess. That's the more accurate way to put it. Is the Zerg trying to take the base at 7
So
o'clock?
we get a question from the chat that
10.
shouldn't have the Protoss research Corsair web.
Oh. No one has time for that kind of micro with like 77 APM.
But actually, Protoss is now taking the other the 3 o'clock base as well.
Yeah.
Actually, for most of the game, I think Micro had a higher APM. No, it is Geresz who has it. It seems Micro is getting tired a bit this late into the game.
I mean, it's been a long series. Did you play all
It's
the
still more
games?
than double than what I do.
Yeah, we played once.
I also use my thinking with this. My hand.
Yeah, at this point the players must be pretty tired. And Protoss is really just content to sit on all that mining and wait it out. I mean, without Queens, so basically the Queens is the only long late game unit that can keep killing Protoss units just from energy. So it's a very, very long game. Once it's getting mined out, then the Templars and Storms are just unbeatable, especially with infinite gas coming from the depleted geysers. But then again, even against Queens, so the Protoss can just make Archons, and Queens cannot broodling the Archons.
Yeah. Yes, the Zerg
A lot
decides
of
to
these. Yeah, sorry.
take the remaining base, I guess.
And Protoss is going for an uphill battle.
Yeah. But so Geresz is actually taking very well the basis that we suggested.
Ooh, Storm on the Corsairs! He's trying to push away the Overlord so that all the DPs can come up. And now,
And also Maelstrom was placed on the Hydras.
yeah, so now there's no detection, the DPs can go to town. Lots of DPs have been built. Another Maelstrom. Wow, style points for Micro. And bringing the Corsairs to kill all the Overlords. Very nice play. So that tank went very well for us.
Yeah. And this could be decisive. taking the active base. It had lots of minerals left.
Yeah. He may have thrown the ring. It might be a good GG timing. But actually, a lot of workers are gathering on the left side of the. Can they make something happen?
Yeah, but still, it's the last game, so I expect that Geresz will find until the bitter end.
Yeah, I guess. On the deciding match, you can forgive a bit of GG timing.
No, absolutely.
See, he has a field full of lurkers that are, I'm not sure,
Yeah, so
warranted, all of them there.
it's very difficult to attack with lurkers if you don't have Dark Swarm. Run in, you get stormed. There are even reavers down there, so this base will be very difficult to contest.
But it seems that Micro is preparing to attack that field of workers.
With like 10 units in total, I guess.
Yeah, but he has the intention.
Well, I guess there's no detection here, so the DTs can just take
Yeah,
out.
I mean, actually, just one Dark Templar and the Observer is enough. Did he really just do that?
There is a Defier out on the map.
Yeah, like he moves down where there are lots of other units, but still no detection.
There's some overlords just over on the base nearby. Ooh, the storm. Storm is really painful. Okay, some overlords have arrived. The Protoss
That was
has
really
taken.
disastrous for the Zerg.
Yeah, so Protoss has taken out this position, this lurker position. There's 4 lurkers still remain.
GG!
GG. Yes,
Huge congratulations to Micro. I have to apologize. I thought that he will lose this. And actually, he showed excellent gameplay and expertise in all the Protoss units, using even obscure techniques to get this victory.
I guess the scouts and carriers were not made. Out of
Probably
the
for the
Protoss
better.
menu. Yeah, so that was 3-2, which means
Congratulations, Micro.
thanks.
Yes,
Topirello versus Nice Micro will be the next.
But also congratulations to Geresz for the long
Yeah.
series. He
Yes, of course.
fought hard. Had some aggressive plays. Sometimes they worked out, sometimes they didn't. But still, well played.
Yeah, so Pmate versus Zorro is our next item on the menu here. So let's load up the replays. And so Zorro has a much lower ranking
And then
than...
what is at stake for this game? Is it for people who lost at the quarterfinals?
Yes. So I would generally say that Pmate is a much stronger player, but recently Zorro did some very interesting games where he unexpectedly won. So things might be much better for him than we might think. So are you guys
Yeah,
ready?
it seems that in terms of nice micro points, Mate is very well ahead.
Yes. But, I guess the Nice Micro Points updates much slower than how fast people's skill can change. Okay, so can
And
we
again, it
start?
seems that we're hitting record numbers of viewers again.
Oh, very good. Thanks
Welcome,
everyone in the chat.
just joining the stream.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome everybody. So let's get into our first game here in Pmate versus Zorro, Terran versus Protoss on Jade. So let's go. Okay, so we got Pmate at the top left position as the purple Terran, and Zorro is the greenish Protoss at the bottom left. Let's see what they're planning to do here. What is the best on Jade? I would expect...
It's an inverted setting, so you really don't want to get logged up in your main base. So I expect both of them to start building the natural very soon.
Yeah, I think it is, I guess, more important for the Protoss to get onto the natural quickly. Because, I don't know, fighting Marines up the ramp is difficult, fighting Vultures up the ramp is difficult. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, Terran can maybe go all the way to tanks at the main base and use those to move out, but that's probably easier to just start at the natural.
Yeah, it's Dragoons shooting down. The Dragoons can delay a natural expansion by quite a lot.
Yeah.
And the only way a Terran can start the game by contesting the natural is if he goes for something like 2-Rex, but that's very weak against even Zealots. So it can happen, but it's very rare to see a Terran pushing the Protoss back into his main.
Nexus
I guess maybe
first.
Yeah, right. Sorry, yeah, absolutely. If it's the Nexus, and it is an okay, starting with the Nexus first. So this is a scenario when 2-Rex push with bunkers that could absolutely hurt Protoss quite a lot.
But Pmate knows nothing about that.
Yeah, he beat me in that kind of setup last series. I did a 12 Nexus and he just busted my Nexus quite easily.
Will there be an end scout, or will Mate scout this fast Nexus last?
So what is the point in end scouting?
You eliminate the close positions. So if you don't scout in the first two, it's cross position. You have a lot of you have space. So you have a longer rush distance and can optimize the build that way. But it is an end scout. He's scouting.
I mean, actually, it's a Z scout against Zorro.
Yeah, I guess. A Z scout against Zorro.
So it's 2 gateway after Nexus. So
and he's building a bunker. What a cheeky bastard.
And 2 more SCVs being
built. Is Nexus in range for the bunker if it's...
I think so. But
I think
Zorro
it's
is not...
just barely.
Did he pull all the probes? No, he left 5 there.
Yeah, I don't see it being finished.
So a lot of probes are here to defend the first Marine, and I think, kills it. Okay. I think it costs a lot of money.
That's a ridiculous number of workers that went out to fight.
Yeah,
so it definitely paid for it. Its cost.
Seems like it, but Terran also built a bunker, still not cancelled. Put the 5 SCVs, or maybe 4.
I mean, why cancel it now? It's scouting.
To get back the money.
No, he should cancel. No, he needed and did cancel it.
Nice.
Yeah, he cancelled in the last minute.
So the Terran Command Center is delayed by quite a bit, but he did force a lot of workers off the line. So I don't know actually who's ahead economically.
Yeah, it looks kind of similar. Like economy is same. Mineral, there is not much difference in their minerals they have. I guess Protoss has 2 gateways. The Terran has a gate and barracks. So
Matt is actually building a tank first. He has Vulture speed and Vulture mines research.
He also builds a bunker at home to defend with that. Vulture mining. That's some classic Crowds Alliance play.
So actually, Cybercore is not even done. So if he had started with a couple of Vultures, he could actually just out-micro the Zealots and cause a lot of damage. But of course he doesn't know that the Cybercore is so delayed.
Yeah.
And shield battery. That's also a rare guest.
That's an interesting plan there.
That's how he wants to defend against the vultures, maybe. Or why
I
is he
guess
buying
so.
the shield battery?
Yeah, because now he could start the dragoons, I guess. He's researching dragoon range,
And the
but
tank?
no dragoons are being made.
Yeah, siege mode is being researched, so if he starts moving out with the tank now, it will be ready by the time he arrives. But he is not going anywhere with the tank.
I don't think it makes much sense to push with the tank at this point. The vulture
What do you
can
push?
take a look what's going on.
So will the vulture get out there before the third access comes up? It seems like Protoss is going for a very quick third.
Is that... Oh, he walls with a forge. Interesting.
Is that a good wall?
I have no idea. I've never seen. But forge...
Probably should block the vultures, right?
Yeah, I would guess so, yes. What is that vulture doing on the bottom right corner, though?
Good question.
That's interesting.
Siege mode is done for tanks. 2 factor bunch of missile turrets. I guess he's afraid of Reavers and or Dark Templars.
Yeah.
But neither of those are coming up, and it will probably be a quick nexus.
Because the vulture is going around to the third base, but there will be a cannon here very soon.
You can kill the probe at least,
Yeah.
but the runes are coming in with this vulture.
But at least by killing the worker, he cannot place down the nexus.
Yeah, Nexus is delayed. Interesting placement for the robotics facility at the natural. And now the gateway
Yeah, but-
explosion started.
He might want to hide it from scanning, or why put it down there?
I don't know, maybe that's just shorter distance. I don't know. That doesn't really matter that much from there. So did the Protoss just forget about taking the third now that the probe is dead?
Yeah, I mean, to the third, he's flying out of barracks instead of like command center. It's fine.
So Terran is going for researching +1 upgrades on +1 attack and building a starport already. So I think he's going for 2-1 timing. So he's starting with the starport and only later building up the factory count.
So will this be like a vulture drop or something?
No, I think the starport is mainly for upgrades.
Or just for the upgrades?
He could. I think it's timed out so that he can start 2-1 after the one attack is done.
Yeah. Well, wait. Where is the...
Fire
There's no
factory?
science facility.
Not
He is
yet.
going for the control tower, though.
Where's the science facility? Okay, Protoss is coming up to put down the barracks.
I guess it doesn't really matter that much because Pmate already started all the factories he wanted to build for quite a while.
Yeah, so he didn't really go through with the spider mine plan. Just placed half a sadly a few mines. But didn't really build a minefield.
I think he does need to put down a science facility soon.
He could have killed that tank and then run away, but I don't know how many dragons would have died.
I think that would cost too much.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, one dragoon died this way anyways, so... Why not have
Yeah,
killed
but
at
that
least
was a
kill the
mistake.
tank?
And surprisingly, Protoss has still not put down the third base. He wanted to, and seems just kind of forgot.
Yeah, but he has 7 gateways instead.
I think if the Protoss tried dropping, that could work.
There is also
Excellently,
Stargate. Will this be a carrier build?
yeah. Hopefully.
So the Terran is buttoned down on 2 bases, and so is Protoss.
I mean, but there is no bacon, right? It's
Yeah,
feed
no bacon yet.
I think this should favor Terran long term, but he needs so the science facility didn't go down, and neither did the second armory, so it won't be a very crisp to one timing. But at the same time, Protoss is very much delayed, so he's not really in a rush to push.
Okay, where was the scan? Where did the scan go? I've missed it.
Me too. Sorry.
Mate is inching forward with the tanks. Slowly,
Seventh factory, going up to seventh factory. Seventh factory to 7 gateway. That's interesting, guys.
I think we are on 9 gateways at the moment because there are 2 in the natural too.
Oh wow! Sorry.
I mean, these players, do you think they have the capacity to actually utilize that many buildings?
9 gateways on 2 bays, I don't think that works.
And the attack coming in is good enough.
So a lot of the tanks were not sieged.
And this heavily favors the Protoss now.
Yeah,
Engagement.
seems like it.
Okay, this is time to run away for the Protoss.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a bit too late to run away. He lost a lot of dragoons for free in the end.
But lots of tanks were taken out before he retreated and sieged them.
Yeah, there was a nice trade in the beginning. But now the Protoss has no army.
So he had a very like a dozen tanks that were nearly unbeatable, but he lost half of them.
So do you think the Terran should push here? I thought that he should just take it
The
further.
Zealot reinforcements have arrived, so now it's very bad for the Terran here. Downhill.
A lot of tanks are going down. Yeah, doesn't look good. Yeah, I thought he should just sit and take a third.
I mean, if the Terran is not careful, he can lose it here and there at this point immediately.
Nice.
If he lets his tanks die, he is lost.
Does the Terran know that there's only that the Protoss third is not even done? I guess he doesn't know, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's scanned that yet.
Oh, and the sneak expansion.
Yeah.
In the corner, yeah.
Why
But
not
the Protoss
just,
also has a probe in the bottom right corner.
I mean, he has 7 factories. Why not just take the nearby command center if you want to
Yeah.
expand? I mean, that production should be enough to hold his high ground.
As long as the high ground isn't the deciding factor in these battles here at the moment.
Yeah, it's the fact that there's not enough tanks left.
There's no tanks left.
Yeah, it seems that he's running out of tanks and it could lose him the game immediately.
Yeah, I guess the number of
Nothing in the bunker. Nothing
And
in the
the
bunker.
bunker is not holding anything.
the
Especially
bunker is only
if
there for SimCity now.
No mines. No. Actually, he held. Okay, and Protoss lost his army as well. So
Yeah.
can Terran stabilize from here?
Well, the Protoss gateways are not that much. Okay, so only 7 are working, 2 are not. Terran is pushing everything out of his factories.
So Terran does need a lot of mines. It is very technical. The Terran play is very mechanical. He needs to micro the mines, micro tank placement.
That was a great
Think
mine,
about-
but all the zealots lost their shields
Oh,
to a single mine.
yeah, I mean my side extremely cheap and can cause great damage, but lots of time needed to place them, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they have it.
Well, Protoss starts the sneaky fourth, but the vultures are coming to scout at that exact moment.
Yeah. Are they coming to scout or to deny that? Was it already scouted? Maybe.
I think he did not know about it before.
and the Terran chooses to attack. So the Protoss chooses to attack right into the mines. No observer.
And the mines are working decently.
Yeah, all the zealots have melted.
Okay, so there are 2 observers at the Protoss Snatcher, just outside the Protoss Snatcher. But the Protoss force has been denied.
Arbiter
First-
attack.
First
Mate is
arbiter.
not sending the workers out at the
And still no science facility. Still no science facility, and Terra Natural is being mined out.
And
Okay.
now he's put
And just as I say that,
yeah.
let's build it.
So it seems Mate is focused all on the battle lines, neglecting to mine.
Zorro is sending 4 zealots against the 4 vultures. I guess that's found his base. Oh, but the mine hit kills the vultures, so that's fine. I wonder what is the arbiter's job going to be? What is there anything researched yet?
Yeah, also, welcome to all the new viewers that are joining. So this is the first game of a series that goes until someone gets to 3 wins.
Yep. Mate versus Zorro. Battling. 17 viewers, that's a lot. We have a lot of viewers today. Welcome everyone who's watching it live. Oh, and the Terran has the 4th base started before the Protoss.
But neither of those bases are defended.
Yeah. But as long as your opponent doesn't know the base is there, you don't need to defend it.
Okay, do we have the Protoss might think that this Terran 3rd is only just starting? Did you see? Oh, the observer is seeing this STV transfer.
Finally, an arbiter showed up for Zorro to conceal part of his army.
Also, there's a shuttle with 2 DTs, an arbiter, and the observer saw the SCV transfer. And there's a dropship and the shuttle are meeting.
Do you think that it is timely to do a DT drop this late into the game?
I mean, there's no. So he can force out scans, and there's an arbiter, and there's no detection other than scans. So
Yeah.
and any scans his forces are good, but there's a turret.
And there's nothing in the main base anymore, so...
Yeah. I mean, it could be a bit late, this attack.
But Protoss 4th hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
So, but Protoss still has a lot of money and a lot of army.
I mean, he just started the Nexus.
He can start the 5th base as well, yeah.
It seems Protoss only has 1 active mining base now. That could be a critical problem.
Yeah.
18
So
viewers.
Mate can seize the initiative even though Zorro was up for quite a bit of time.
Welcome,
Okay.
new viewer. We don't even have 18 players, right?
Yeah, only 17 players. No, only 15 players in the tournament. So...
Okay, so welcome, new viewers. Strangers from distant lands, friends of
Don't
home.
forget to like and subscribe so you would be reminded of the next streams.
Yeah. Alright, so Terran is mining quite well, I guess. At
The
this
DT
point.
DT found its way to the Terran hidden expansion. Well,
Oh.
not quite into it, almost making its way. And cannot hit this.
And the major Protoss army is just positioning itself in the middle. Where do you think would be a great idea to strike with that?
So there's a lot of arbiter energy, 200 on one, 150 on the other. So
Yeah.
I mean, so Protoss could use that to take out the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock expansions, but instead it seems that he's preparing to engage the main Terran force.
it seems like Terran is coming to him. He's not quite prepared. Okay, arbiter coming in.
Okay, that's a nice stasis.
Yeah, very nice.
Broad
Oh,
tanks.
nice stasis on the Goliaths.
And the arbiter is lost, the other arbiter is soon
But
lost. I think.
everything, the whole Terran army is frozen almost.
Yeah, all of them are arbitered.
Okay, second arbiter goes down. Can Terran save these units once they thaw out? Because there's still a lot of army in the ice. But Protoss reinforcements are coming out, seem to be too strong.
Oh.
Oh, what will happen? Oh.
And he surrounds them, waiting for them to unfreeze.
Still a lot of money for Mate. But oh, there's an attack on the Terran mining base at top right. And armies
yeah.
coming out. Okay, Terran army is
So
pulled
the
out.
stasis spells were extremely important.
Yeah, the Terran fourth is dead. Or was it the third, I guess?
Yeah, and with that punch, I think the Protoss, with that 1-2 punch, then Protoss probably took out the Terran.
But Vulture drop into the Protoss bottom right.
Yeah, it plays also.
No probes.
Yeah.
This could very well be the end. Pmate dropped a couple of vultures to 5 o'clock.
GG is called.
GG.
And
Amazing
Zorro
play by Zorro.
takes the first game. Very well. Well played. And so,
Another player to defend the honor of Fire.
Honor of Fire, yeah, right. And so, Aztec is our next map. Another reverse ramp situation there. But now it's only 3 players. What is the situation with 3-player maps in Terran versus Protoss?
In what vibes?
In like just 3-player maps with Terran versus Protoss, because again you have this problem that you cannot split the map in half. Someone will take the other main.
Well, it's the same. They contested the middle of the map for long-term strategic purposes, most of them.
Yeah.
So whoever can park their army there is probably going to win. I guess.
I guess on this map on Aztec it's going to be a bit different because the middle of the map is not high ground, it's low ground, so there is not that many like strategic advantage trying to hold on to that. Yeah. All right. So, can we go into the second game? Did you guys load up Aztec?
Yeah, I have it.
All right. And then let's see how it goes. Can Zorro take another win?
Also, Pmate shared that he had a problem with how his keyboard was set up because he thought that he binded something to 0, but the 0 was in the other side.
Yeah.
Whatever, he got confused.
Yeah, because Hungarian keyboard has the 0 on the left of the numbers and other keyboards layout has it on the right next to 9. So
this is a typical pitfall that you can fall into if you use hotkeys.
yeah. Well.
No, I think that's dangerous to me.
All right, so let's get into the second game. Okay, so we are on Aztec, bottom right. It's like 4 o'clock position is Zorro and Pmate got 12 o'clock at the top. So let's see what is the initial build order here will be. So
While we wait for the battle to start up, everyone write in chat what your favorite Terran unit is.
Oh yeah. Write in chat what your favorite Terran units are. Let's have a vote.
My favorite are the dead ones.
Infested Terran is the best Terran unit. Okay, so pylon in the main base makes sense if you don't want to rush, I guess. So I cannot tell you how things work on Lutris under Linux because I only use that for casting because I have 2 screens and somehow that under Linux it does not work well. Like I cannot use just putting my mouse to the right hand side to scroll because my mouse will just go out to the other screen. That's why I play always in the PC cafe. And because they have nice hot dogs.
Yeah. But also, Mate says that he played from his kitchen on a bar stool. That is also one of the strategies.
Well, I guess.
I mean, it also provides him with easy access to food.
Yeah, right. And maybe even beer.
I mean, he says that his micro and macro are bad from that
Also,
position.
one of his workers is just standing there. That was misclicked.
I guess it was waiting for something.
So Mate was saying that his micro will be very bad, but I played against him when he had that set up, and we played a 3-2 just recently. So I won 3 and lost 2. So it didn't seem like his micro and macro were all that bad. All that bad.
Yeah, I mean, everything is relative, right? So the probe manages to sneak in.
He's...
No, it does not manage to sneak in. Okay.
Why did he send out so many workers? Is he planning a bunker rush? Or what
Yeah,
is he
maybe.
doing?
Because it was very early Nexus again, so...
And in the meantime, Zorro is hiding a pylon for a counter tricky strategy.
I don't know what is exactly the goal with that.
Units are moving all around the place and I
think he's going for a
struggle to get-
bunker rush again, probably.
Yeah, I mean, what else? But isn't that a bit too late for bunker rushing?
Well,
I mean, there is still the zero. How do you kill that?
yeah, that Marine is in a very bad spot, but the Zealot is also very low in health, and another Marine came. Oh, the probe manages to kill an SCV. A lot of probes are pulled.
That's a very unconventional strategy.
Probes
And he
versus SCVs.
used the shield battery to save that almost dead zealot.
Yeah.
That needed like one hit to get killed.
Oh,
Well
and
played
catches
by
another
Zorro.
Marine here. I guess, will the Terran just go around from the big ramp, I guess?
It seems that this duel was absolutely carried by the Protoss.
But there are still 4 Marines in total coming, so...
Oh, they just went on a rope and they retreated.
All the
Okay, the
shields on the
Zealot runs
first
away
level.
and reloads the shields. I
Yeah.
did not know that you have that.
This is an unbeatable zealot. But Vulture is in. Okay, so I retract when I said that the Protoss is safe. He's not safe at all, actually.
And no Dragoons are in production. There is Cybercore, but no Dragoons yet.
Yeah, Protoss is actually in a very, very poor position.
Yeah, nice.
Fighting vultures with probes. All the probes are being pulled.
Yeah, it seems that taking this risk paid out.
There's a single Marine in the bunker.
Maria, who found the way inside the bunker.
How many?
And the SCV is repairing it.
Still a bunch of probes are. One more Marine.
Yeah, I mean, no one is mining for the Protoss.
Yeah, 7 probes and all of them are working. But we have 2.
I mean, just check
Cannons
the
and-
worker counts.
Yeah.
Why are not vultures being reinforced?
Why are,
I mean,
must-
this would be
must
very
be that
strong
cool.
now.
Must be that Bard's tool.
yeah. The bar stool doesn't let you buy more vultures in the beginning of the game, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, vultures now seem unbeatable on that natural.
Yeah. Okay, so 15 SCVs and 21 SCVs and 15 robes. And the Protoss is already trying, like, positioning to get a third base, even though he's not even mining properly from these 2. There is a random probe at the big ramp.
Why is he not sending in those two vultures? Just in 3 vultures. They could very well go into the natural, right?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe he's waiting for the cannons to be made there.
He is sending them.
Okay, now the probes need to run.
I was just about to say that the Protoss probe count has recovered quite a bit.
Yeah.
That comment is pretty much obsolete.
And again, Protoss is not mining anywhere.
And Protoss is pouring a lot of money into that setup.
Yeah, that will be absolutely useless once the tanks are out.
But he has a cyber core. He hasn't built a single dragoon.
Yeah.
Is he going to transition to tanks now? Or just go with vultures?
Yeah, there is already 2 tanks are out at this point. Zealot versus vultures, but the Zealot attacks the vulture with the more health first, so... Not good. Yeah, he started to make a dragoon finally. I guess 2 now.
Yeah, I mean, and also no one is really stopping. A single cannon is stopping further vulture run-bys.
Yeah. I don't know, like, this pylon penis here at the entrance. It's kind of a weird structure. Are the vultures going to demolish the assimilator? Probably not, but they are trying.
But it's not like anyone. I mean, just one of them is shooting it, and it's
Yeah, right.
Finally, a dragoon is there to kill.
Both of the vultures have all 3 mines.
Yeah. I mean, they had a chance to put down those mines and maybe stop these dragoons with those.
Yeah.
Would have been funny.
Ooh, a citadel at the Protoss third. It should just get scouted at the Protoss.
Oh, he doesn't need to attack.
What an idea.
Okay, the shield battery saved the probe for a few more seconds.
That was a nice micro movement. I think we should clip that. And he will use the citadel to just go for zealot speed, it seems. This I'm not seeing temporal archives so far.
Third base while you are on 29 probes. I don't know. Terran is also moving out, but he's... What is he doing? Is he going to attack with this? I think, like, the Protoss has literally no army, so...
Terran has 5 factories, but no armory just yet, and no starport. Also, no eBay, no scans, and he saw that there was a citadel, so I think he should be thinking about an eBay or some sort of detection.
Did you realize that citadel was there? I'm not sure because it's such an unconventional place.
Oh, comp sets. He's going for 2 comp sets. Yeah, it was an unconventional location, but I think he was microing the vultures there.
Yeah. Okay, robotics facility is being made at the natural, so...
Yeah, that's where in the previous game that's where also plays this, so I guess that's just how we...
Okay, now million vultures are coming and then deciding to run away. So I guess, like, even though Zorro does not have an army, the psychological effect of this setup is working in his favor at the moment.
Seems they are all still carrying all the bombs inside them. I wonder if he will place them somewhere.
Okay, so finally some probes are getting transferred, I guess.
Yeah.
Templar Archives is being made.
So it's putting down some mines as a way of scouting.
So the game has pretty much stabilized. 43 workers versus 38. 3 base versus 3 base.
But 100 population versus 55.
Okay, I guess army supply hasn't.
Yeah. Still, I think Zorro saved this situation as best as he could.
Yeah.
He was very close to being eliminated earlier.
Now it's his turn to do something very cost effective with his, I guess, 6 dragoons at the moment.
So Protoss is very well set up to defend against vultures,
Yeah.
but if all those tanks came forward to push, there wouldn't be much of a chance to hold that.
Yeah, at this point, the only question is when will the Terran realize that he can actually attack?
And he may realize it once arbiters are out and storm is out and Protoss are 150.
But that is still it is Terran who has the map control.
Yeah.
Until the Protoss MS is a bit of an army, Terran can go wherever he plays. He's set up.
Okay, so I think that will be a DT drop because there are DTs being produced next to a shuttle.
I don't think. No,
And the Stargate at the middle of 2 bases, I guess. Okay, is the shuttle moving out? Not yet. Where would you even do a DT drop on this map? I mean, I could imagine a storm drop in the natural, just dropping the High Templars next to the refinery and storm drop would work.
And the tanks are now started moving down the map. Along with a great bunch of vultures. So very
Okay, I did not see where the scan was going down, so... Okay, now the Terran army moves out, yeah. So he will kill these 3 dragoons, I guess, who are very heroically running away.
Oh, but that secondary... okay, I guess the Zealots took a lot of damage from those mines, but those could have done some damage to the tank line.
But like that was the whole army of the Protoss, basically.
Yeah. And Scout is being built.
We have 3 gateways producing scouts. That's interesting.
So that invading Terran army now really seems
I
unstoppable.
mean, by the time the first scouts come out, the Protoss bases will be erased. Well, I mean, it's something to try. If Terran didn't have any Goliaths, it's just something that could hold up the army a bit. It could be a good idea, but there are just a few Goliaths out.
Scout is there. Attacking and retreating.
Oh, the scan against the DTs went very well.
Took out all 3 of them.
GG is called, and I guess the second game is
played.
taken by Mate. Well played.
GG.
Yeah, that was a very well played early game and then a very patient mid game, I guess, from the Terran. And now we are moving forward on Eclipse, and both of our players need 2 more victories, so I guess Eclipse and Sylphid we will have, for sure. I wonder what is the optimal strategy in Protoss versus Terran on this next map, on Eclipse. I have no idea.
Probably both of our players are wondering, or were wondering the same thing.
Probably. That's a good estimation, I guess. Alright, so let's just get into, let's see what they exactly figure to do. Alright, let's roll the intro and then we're going into Pmate versus Zorro and Eclipse. Okay, so we have Zorro on the top right position and Pmate at the bottom left. And so let's see what is the initial build going to be. This is very early probe from Zorro. Is this going to be some proxy shenanigans? Where can you build a proxy gateway on this map?
But the SC is going out, and we'll see the pro coming in.
Yeah.
Is it for a?
Or maybe a gas steal? That
gas
is
steal?
very early for a gas steal, but anyways. I guess it's better late or better early than forgetting about it.
And the barracks gets put down also out on the map. What's that?
Yeah.
I think Pmate is probably confused. Why is this pro out so early?
Yeah. But I think the fact that there is a gas steal that's... I don't know. That was a very early gas steal.
Why are the two SCVs out? Is he trying to go for 2 racks?
Oh, maybe he thinks he's being watched?
I think he's expecting a 12 Nexus, and without the gas, he can't really punish it, so he may be going for 2 racks? I don't know. Yeah, 2 racks indeed. But
Wow.
it's not. It's a forge before a Nexus, actually, and that a single cannon can shut down quite a large number of naked Marines. Even Marines with Steam do not have a good time against cannons. Or Marines with medics and Steam.
Oh, can he start the cannon? He needs to start the cannon. He has the money to start the cannon. Start the cannon. Start the cannon. Okay, he starts the cannon.
And he did start it.
And the second one, okay, that's... The first Marine will still get there before the first cannon finishes, but...
And there's still... Why build the bunker? I think the top cannon can probably range the bunker.
Oh, but yeah, that's poorly placed, I would guess.
the probes even are attacking the Marine.
Can he get in? No!
Oh, the Marine's dead.
I mean, does it really work, such a cheesy strategy if you try it twice in a row?
I mean, once you see the Protoss not building Nexus and building 2 cannons, I think you just build your CC.
But he needs to fix the bunker. He's not fixing the bunker. Okay, he's fixing the bunker now. How long will it take?
Is he expecting to kill the pylon and then repair it through it? Wow. Second Marine coming. Can he get in?
The bunker is going to be lost.
Can he get in? Can the Marine get in? Wow.
Wow,
This game is so
Nice.
good.
that is a certified Nice Micro League moment.
It's probably still worth it, isn't it?
There's 15 probes and 7 SCVs, so...
He was,
Oh,
he
so it probably did not. Okay.
wasn't,
I
wasn't building
missed that.
SCVs. He was focusing so much on the rush, he wasn't building SCVs. I lost 3.
The problem for Zorro is that he misplaced his assimilator. Instead of his own base, he put it in the opponent's.
Okay, Pmate found his 8 STV, which is mining. And there's still no Nexus. Gateway just being placed, so...
I guess at least he stopped the early Nexus build, so...
Yeah, but yeah, his economy is not. So if he was building STVs, I think that he would be fine.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't have money to.
Now we have like, what, 7 Marines?
To be honest, he probably shouldn't be building any more Marines. Instead, he should be just getting a CC or getting. I guess okay, he's getting a factory. He's probably going for that. So that makes sense also.
Is already building a factory?
No, he does not have
No,
gas
no,
yet,
not
so...
yet. No, I'm just. He's going.
Yeah, that's absolutely impossible.
No, I'm just saying that he's going for a refinery rather than the CC.
And Protoss has a single gateway, but no units produced yet. Oh, and
Is
he's...
he just
What?
standing naked Marines to take down those 2 photon cannons?
I think he doesn't
Does
know
not
about the
seem-
second cannon.
Oh.
He
Well,
thinks...
it looks a kind of unwise to attack.
He thinks there is no reason for the Protoss to rebuild the second cannon, so... he can attack, but... the Protoss does not care about the reasons, he just built the second cannon.
He's building more Marines. Will we see an academy? Because the only
Is
reason
it
we have so many
viable to
Marines.
build that many Marines against Protoss?
Finally, the first Dragoon is being made. So Protoss
And
has
the-
no army.
And there was a probe out on the map that built a sneaky pylon. I guess he was trying to hide some tech or hide a base, and that probe just went into the Marines and died. so the second probe is coming out, try to sneak by on the side, and he does. He does sneak out.
Yeah, I mean,
But there's a
Interesting.
Marine. Mate senses that something's off. So the Marine is scouting the bottom right. Wow,
but
that,
how did he figure this out? What kind of star sense is he displaying?
He probably saw
Wow. Wow,
the probe
nice scout.
sometime.
Okay, shutting it
How
down.
do you think this fast? It's impossible.
The problem is now... yeah, the Terran now has 12 Marines, 2 more coming. Started the factory.
No academy, so don't
There
expect
are
any
2
medic.
cannons and 2 Dragoons. No more Dragoons are being produced at the moment. I don't think Dragoons have range.
Will it be a Marine? Okay, Academy is going down now. So I think he's waiting for. So it will be Marine medic tank push. Oh, that's actually very smart. Because the Marines are there to buffer for the tanks, and the tanks are there to kill the cannons.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have so little health. How much they can buffer?
But the Protoss has a very good counter. if you look at the Protoss main.
Oh, the Templar
What
has
is the counter?
DT.
What do you say the counter? Dark Templars?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Dragoons are going around, so...
Terran may or may not have any scan. It all comes down to the scan usage, actually. And whether or not there will be...
What do you say, Scan? He doesn't even have.
No, I mean, he has an
The scan.
academy now, but if he builds a scan immediately, he will have the first scan before the
Yeah, but
DP hit.
he's not building shit.
Yeah.
It's a big bunch of Marines.
As I said, that it's a great strategy, but actually it might not be that great.
So Zorro sent out
Just
2
for the
of the
DTs.
DTs on the map. Will he keep the 2 others at home to defend? I guess so. Maybe.
I mean, those DTs could be game winning if they find a bunch of Marines.
Yeah. Okay, now the
The other
Dragoons...
2 can also be game winning if they just walk into the main base. Where is the detection? There is no detection for the
No detection. The invisible man.
Yo!
Invisible Man Productions.
Yes.
I mean, he can still float all his buildings.
DTs like at all. And
He can
this
float-
is the engineering bait that could be needed for the tower.
Probably there are two more DTs, and if he floats the CC, he cannot even build a scan. GG!
GG, wow.
Good. But that was dumb.
Okay, so Zorro victory 1-2.
Very well
Perfect.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game was just won by a great strategic decision, basically.
Yeah, I guess.
Going DTs is a great strategic decision.
Yeah. I mean, because the opponent has no detection, so it was a great decision.
Oh, well.
Not building an army, just having 2 invisible people run across the map.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Sylphid is coming up. So let's go and let's get into the game. Alright, so Protoss on the left and Terran on the right. Previously, the 3-player map setup worked for the Terran, so we'll see how this goes, not this time.
Yeah, so if I had to predict, I think he's not going to bunker rush this time.
Well, I guess it depends on what the Protoss is doing, because if the Protoss does the 12 Nexus, then you must rush them. That's the law.
So yeah, so I expect him to just go factory as quickly as possible. Maybe Vultures, maybe straight to tanks. Who knows?
Nothing special so far. Protoss pylon in the main.
And it's a
Gateway in the
gateway.
main. Okay, so we're not going. So we may see a normal game.
Yeah, maybe. What? 2 probes at the entrance. What is this guy doing?
Why?
He's really
Seems
hell-bent
like a
on
big-
stopping the scout.
Yeah, so it seems that he does try a tricky strategy and really wants to make it covered.
Or maybe he just wants to fake a tricky strategy.
No, I mean that would be too much thinking.
Oh.
Okay, can get in.
Oh,
Can
he gets
slide
in.
it.
And he had 2 workers blocking and the scout still went in.
Wow, nice microphone.
Double gate.
from Pmate. Nice.
He's
microphone.
counted the double gates.
Outstanding move.
We should cancel. We should change his plan or just go for it. Still chooses to block with one probe.
But no, it can block.
2 gateway to 3
gate.
Oh.
gateway.
What the hell?
3 gateway, okay. No. Yeah, 3 gateway. I mean, that is a kind of strategy that I wouldn't be proud of and try to conceal that I'm doing it. Makes sense.
Okay, now the supply block is over, he can start more zealots, but instead he spends all his money on additional pylons when he doesn't need them.
But you always need additional pylons. That's what the game tells you.
Yeah, I guess. But the factory is already halfway done, so...
Yeah, but what if he buys a really large number of zealots? Consider that. A really large number. You can't do anything about that if you have lots of zealots.
Yeah, I guess you can always have lots of zealots.
It's unbeatable. If you have just a few more, just a few more zealots, that will seal the deal.
Yeah, just one more zealot, bro, just one more. Okay, so the scout finds nothing at the top position. A single marine moves out. There are 4 more.
So he had a.
And he goes out with a total of 6 zealots.
Terran had an SCV. He could have scouted the timeout. But now
Yeah, but he returned it.
he will see it much later, and there's no bunker yet. There is a vulture coming out, but there's no
There
bunker.
is that damaged SCV, and it will now see the zealots marching.
Oh, and he's dead. I wonder how much Mate realized what's going on.
Let's see the reaction. Do we have a bunker? Do we have a bunker coming up? No. Not yet.
No, but there is a vulture surrounded by a bunch of marines. That should do some tricks.
Yeah, he is.
And the mines are being researched.
Okay,
That's a lot of zealots. That's a lot of zealots.
That's a lot
But
of
what if
things.
you had just a few more?
Lots of zealots. Blocking is
Yeah,
not
there's
good
zealots
enough.
surrounding the units.
Actually surrounded by his own units this time.
So now I think now we can see the bars through Micro.
Every unit is microed individually, or they are just being confused.
I mean, he had the. Matt is saying the bunker didn't make.
Yeah, the bunker didn't make it.
Would have made all the difference, but
You need to-
unfortunately they get stuck.
You need to make it
inside
sure
the
that it does really freaking make it. Not like this. Not like this. Okay. I mean, Mate had all the information. He just didn't have the right reaction at the right time.
Yeah.
And
Zorro
this is
takes-
6 for Zorro.
3-1. Very well played for Zorro.
Not upset. I mean, Mate was one of the players that I expected to be in the grand finals at the start of this
Yeah.
tournament. So it's a huge achievement taking it down, I think.
2 gate, but also another gate. That's a great name for this strategy.
What is 2 gateways, but also 4 gateways?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worked out great. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the main problem was that the vultures got stuck inside Mate's own units, and they got surrounded.
Yeah, well played. And this, I guess, puts Mate against Kumbi, which I guess they won't play that game, so Mate will but I will have to confirm, will get 7th place here. And yeah, so Zorro moved up to play against Hasta La Vista, which I guess we have 3 people who like to play Zealots, and 2 of them will play together, and one of them is going to still play Katjakin in the round 7 here in the semi-final, I guess.
So when is the next stream?
I don't have replays yet, so no idea. Whenever it's convenient for the players.
So stream is usually during the weekends whenever there are enough replays to.
Yes. So you're waiting for Kubi versus OK Sure, which is based on their rankings, it should be a very close match up here. We'll see.
But this match just showed that those rankings are really can be really unreliable.
Yeah, I guess, as I said, skills can deteriorate faster than your points go down. Katjakin Monster Truck is a grand final with a best of 7. So I guess
that's the semi-final.
Semi-final, right? Yeah, semi-final, best of 7. These scores are also relatively close, so we'll see.
This didn't happen yet, right?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
They'll need to find the time for that, I guess. Okay, and this is it for today. I guess I will notify the players who will play, like for those who we already know, the round 8 games, and the order of the games is not really that important. The only thing that important is that the grand final and maybe the 3rd place matches should be the last in this tournament, but other than that...
And also, please write me an email when you have time.
Yep, alright, I will do that. Okay.
Do we even have the maps for those matchups?
Yes, I will tell everyone about that. Okay, so thank you guys for staying with me tonight and help me cast these very interesting games.
It was our pleasure.
There were some very nice games here. This last one was bit underwhelming, but Zorro knew what he wanted to do and he did what he wanted to do, and it worked out for him. So I guess good for him.
Both matches went the other way than what I was guessing.
Ah, I see.
It was really surprising.
I mean, this was critical. This was typical of Protoss versus Terran. If minus winning with a DT, winning with a quick zealot attack.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, it takes two to tango. So if Terran doesn't defend properly, then this is what happens.
Yeah.
But you can it's just this good.
Protoss is just imba. That is the final conclusion all the time. I remember there was some ASL, maybe round of 24, when I guess except for one games, all of them were won by Dark Templars. So that's when Artosis said that if you guys think that this game is about who gets the Invisible Man first, then you're right. Yeah. All right. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.
And so on and so on.
If you already watched this far. Okay. So have a good day, everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Wow.